First look at OxygenOS 10 with working FOD from the OnePlus 7T Pro running on the Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro. Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to have our first look at OxygenOS 10 with working fingerprint on display from the OnePlus 7T Pro running on the Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro. Do note the build comes pre-rooted out of the box, and all you need to do is install the Magisk Manager APK, and we can now check for safety net. So there it is. As you can see, safety net is not passing. What we're going to try next is go into settings, and then we can enable Magisk Hide, go back and check for safety net one more time, and bam, there it is. You can see that safety net is now passing, which means you should be able to use your banking apps without any issues. Next thing I recommend you do is make sure you go into the Play Store and update all the applications which do have updates available. And yes, you can update the OnePlus launcher and other OnePlus apps which have updates available from the Play Store. Next up, of course, the build does come with OnePlus launcher out of the box, and if you swipe you can access your OnePlus shelf or OnePlus feed, whatever you want to call it. And if you try to pinch and zoom from the home screen, you should be able to access your hidden applications. Swipe down and you should be able to access your notifications and your quick settings panel. And of course, you can always go into home settings and enable double tap to lock. Now unfortunately, on this updated OnePlus launcher, you do not have the option of changing the shelf to your Google feed, so you will have to suffice with accessing your OnePlus shelf when you swipe. And of course, now when you double tap on the home screen, the device is going to go into sleep. Next up, we can have a look at the recents. So bam, these are your recents. You can see everything is super fast and super smooth, and you do get the icons for your recent applications at the bottom as well. In terms of the volume panel, that unfortunately is on the left hand side. However, I am pretty sure that the developers are going to fix that pretty soon. And as you can see, the animations for your expanded volume panel are pretty smooth as well. Next up, we can have a look at the quick setting tile options which you get. So these are the different options you have. Of course, NFC is broken on the current build, but I think a fix should be in the pipeline. Other than that, you have tiles for reading mode, dark mode, hotspot and Zen mode. And yes, Zen mode does work absolutely fine on this build. You also have a screen recorder baked in, and this is the screen recorder from OxygenOS. Now unfortunately, it does not have the option of recording internal audio and your microphone at the same time. Next up, we can go into settings and have a look at the different customizations. So we'll go into display. Yes, you do have adaptive brightness, and as you can see, it does work absolutely fine with no issues to report. Then you can also calibrate your screen. These options also work absolutely fine, and you can also configure the warmth of the display based on your personal preference as well. You also have night mode and reading mode. Both these options are working absolutely fine. In terms of ambient display, lift up display is broken right now. Then you can change your font size, display scaling, and see what all icons you want to see in the status bar. So you have icon manager along with battery percentage and network speed as well. Moving over to the customizations, you do have all the preset themes along with McLaren theme unlocked, which works absolutely fine and does look pretty dope. In terms of accent color, yes, you can change the accent color, or you can also add your own hexadecimal code if you tap on color code option over here. Then you can also change the different tones, so you have colorful, light and dark. Use whatever you feel like. You can change the system icons. So as you can see right now, the system icons are set as rounded, so let us try to change them to say teardrop. Tap on the check mark on the top right, and bam, there it is, teardrop icons in the building. You can also change your icon packs. Right now it is set as round. Let us try the square one, tap on the check mark on the top right, and you can see that some of the icons have of course changed to the square style, and you can also change your icon pack from the home settings as well. There it is. Let us try the OnePlus now. Check mark on the top right. Bam, there it is, working like a boss. Going back into customization, you can also change your font. So you have two different options. You have the sans one and the OnePlus slate option as well. Moving over to sounds and vibration, you do have Dolby Atmos. However, this option does not work, but I have linked another Dolby APK in the pinned comment on this video. You can download that one. This is the Dolby Atmos for the Poco F1, but it works absolutely fine on the Redmi K20 Pro as well. Going back into sounds and vibration, you do have live caption working absolutely fine. Then if you go into phone ringtone and vibration, tap on vibration pattern and intensity. You can change the different vibration patterns along with the vibration intensity when you touch the screen. So these are your different options for those two options, and we can now go into buttons and gestures. The Redmi K20 Pro does not have an alert slider. However, you will find an application called IndiaNet's sound tile baked into the ROM, which you can use to change between the different ringer modes based on your preferences. Going into navigation bar and gestures, you have two different styles. I am using the navigation gestures right now, and you also have the option to hide the ugly bar at the bottom in case you want to, and the gestures do work absolutely fine. We can try switching between the different applications. There it is. You can see everything is smooth with no jitters and no lags. Next up we have quick gestures. So yes, you do have three finger screenshot, bam, working like a boss, and you also have double tap to wake, which works absolutely fine as well. Now in terms of security and lock screen, do note that this is the first implementation of fingerprint on display on the Redmi K20 Pro running Oxygen OS. So it is not perfect, but we should be more than happy that we finally got fingerprint on display, and the build also comes with face unlock, and yes, that option also works absolutely fine. Now with respect to the fingerprint on display, I would like to mention that there will be some instances wherein you press the power button or you say double tap to wake, and you will notice that the device is not waking up. Well, the device has actually woken up. The issue is that the brightness is very low, so you cannot see it. So I do recommend that you try to tap on the FOD area while the screen is off, and you will see that the two wings on the bottom right of the screen do light up. So that is an indication that the screen is in fact awake. Hey Google, show me IPL scores.
The Chennai Super Kings lost to Kolkata Knight Riders by 10 runs.
As you just heard, Hey Google also works absolutely fine on this build. Do not get fired up again, lady. Hold your horses. Next up, we can go into the battery options. So yes, you do have battery optimization and battery saver baked into this build, and the charging speed is also pretty good with my 18-watt charger, and I personally did not notice any excessive or unnecessary battery drain on this build either. Next up, we can go into the utilities option. So yes, you do have the option of dual or parallel apps. Now the option of quick launch, wherein you can long press the fingerprint scanner or the FOD to launch quick pay or activate apps, is not working on this build. Then you also have app locker, and yes, it works with FOD. However, it is not perfect in some applications, so that is a known issue and a downside of this current build. And yes, you also have a toggle to enable or disable pocket mode, which does work absolutely fine. Those of you who are looking for game space or fanatic mode, yes, here it is, gaming mode in the building along with fanatic mode, and all these features are working absolutely fine on this build. Next up, you can have a look at YouTube playback. So let me play a scene from my favorite movie, which is The Matrix, and of course I will have to turn the volume down so that I do not get a copyright strike. But as you can see, pinch and zoom works absolutely fine. There are no jitters or no lags in the playback either, and we can also try to use picture in picture mode. There it is, working like a boss. And we can also enable live caption to see if live caption works absolutely fine on this build or not. Of course, you will have to wait for them to say something. So let us go back and try to forward the scene a little, and once they speak we should be able to have live caption. There it is. You can see live caption is working absolutely fine on this build along with picture in picture. Now in terms of cameras, well, I have linked Gcam APKs in the pinned comment on this video, and those are the ones which I have been using. They do work absolutely fine. Here it is. You can see that there is no lag or anything like that in the UI, and we can also try popping up the front camera. There it is. Front camera popped out absolutely fine with no issues to report. The only issue I have found is that video recording does not work, as in it records the video, but when you play it back it's all garbled up and there's nothing to see. Now in the Telegram group I did notice a few people mentioning that the ANX camera fix for Android 11 or Android R fixes that issue. However, it did not fix the issue for me. As you can see, I do have that specific module installed, and I am going to link this module in the pinned comment on this video as well, in case you want to try it out. And another issue you will notice is that when you use wired headphones and you're placing a call, you might not be able to hear the other person, or the other person is not able to listen to what you are saying. There is a fix for that, and that fix can be found in the official Telegram group for this port. Again, all links can be found in the description and in the pinned comment on this video. So all in all, a pretty decent build, and I know I'm saying this a lot of times, but yes, we should be more than happy and thankful to the developers for fixing fingerprint on display for the Oxygen OS ports for the Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro. And that will do it for this video. Hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.